Good afternoon, everybody. This is the advertised time and place for the Thursday, May 15th, 2025 Public Planning Board meeting. Please join the board in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. We have no public hearings tonight, so we're going to go right into our 4 discussion items. Number 1 with Matt Charters, 840 Old Country Road site plan. Tell us what you got, Matt.
Sure. I'll invite the applicant's representative to come up to the table.
Where do you want us to sit?
Wherever you want. I can get you more chairs, too.
We have the architect with us as well.
I'll slide it. It's fine.
Thanks.
Yep. Easy for me. All right, so we have a site plan application. It's 840 Old Country Road. This seeks approval for a 6,060 square foot addition to an existing commercial building. Its current use is a used car dealership. This also involves a change of use to an adult retail cannabis dispensary. It's the first one that's requiring site plan review in the town. They do have location approval from the town pursuant to the cannabis code.
Okay. Matt, before we go on, can we get everybody's names?
Yeah, sorry, jumping ahead.
Peter Mutafas.
Grace Baymack, Law Office of Vincent Tremarco Sr. for the applicant.
Michael Rubenstein, architect.
Thank you.
Okay, back to the report. So it's a 6,060 square foot addition to an existing about 8,358 square foot commercial building. In terms of secret, this is an unlisted action. I did note that we do have a provision in our code for more than 50 parking spaces making it a type 1. So in this case, there's 75 spaces already on site. So he's actually reducing his required parking. So we're not exceeding that threshold. He's just reconfiguring to the required parking, which is 58. In terms of location, this is largely a commercial area across the street. There's a gas station on 2 corners, and then an existing multi-tenant retail and medical park, I would say, to the east. In terms of plans, I have a copy of the site plan on the page. It's pretty straightforward. Page 2 of the report gives us a nice aerial. So we're seeing a good amount of cleanup to the site. Onto page 3, this fully complies with the BC zoning use district in terms of setbacks and lot coverage. And as I mentioned before, this complies with Article L2C of the Town Code, which is the cannabis regulations. Just so this board understands how it works. An applicant submits what's called a notice to municipality. That's a state form that they file in the town clerk's office that's required by the MRTA. So that's the state level cannabis law. The town then has 30 days to respond to that notice to provide an opinion to OCM, which is the Office of Cannabis Management, to give an opinion on how it does or does not conform to the town code since we've opted into this. The applicant has done that, and then we issued an opinion letter on March 17th with a clarification on March 24th, just for the license number, that this does fully conform to the cannabis code in terms of all the distance requirements that are listed in our code.
Stalls 10 by 20s?
All of them are 10 by 20 except for the handicap stalls, which I called out in the plan that need to be revised.
Okay.
So those need to be 10 by 20 with the required van adjacent width area. In terms of landscaping, we're getting a lot of landscaping back on this site. If you're familiar, it currently has car display areas in the front yard. Those are all coming out. So if you see on this plan, which is up on the screen, we're getting street trees all across 58 and up Ostrander. The applicant's going to utilize the existing curb cut that's on County Route 58, and then the curb cut, the curb cut that's on Ostrander Avenue is actually going to get pushed further to the north, which is further away from the light, which will probably function better than the existing condition, which is closer. Actually has 34.9% landscaping, where only 5% for the total parcels required. And then they have also revised their plan during the process of review to include a 35-foot buffer, which is required in this zone within the front yard. So that's here. So if you know now, this is just sort of cut out and there's parking here, so all the parking's coming out of the front, and this is going to be nice and planted along the roadway. In terms of revisions that we need to the landscaping plan, just that the trees should be 3.5 inches caliber. They're a little small, so we just want a more substantial tree that'll last longer, but the species are good. He's doing sweet gum, red cedar, inkberry, and dogwood. Those are all native plants, which is always better.
As far as the trees go, I see you have on either side of the exits and entrances. You just maintain it so there's visibility for people, exiting onto 58.
Yeah, so this is subject to DPW's review, so anything that's within their right of way, they get to review. We haven't got comments back yet. Takes them usually a little while to get back, but if they need to move stuff around, typically on something like this where there's existing access, they'll say, revise your curb cuts to have the correct handicap slope, maybe could put warning strips where you're crossing the sidewalks, improve the sidewalk, and there may or may not be an impact fee. But these are the typical comments we're seeing on stuff that has an existing curb cut. But they may say, move the tree further away, but I don't really see an impact the way it is now. In terms of ADA parking stalls, they comply with the code and they have 3 indicated. As I said before, they have to revise to show them in the correct size. In terms of access, I kind of went through that already. Two-way onto Route 58, same thing on Ostrander. We're also going to ask for cross-access to the parcel to the east, which will allow people to get to that site or then to the light on Ostrander.
I noticed that there's off-street parking, or the on-street parking allowed. Would that interfere with traffic?
On-street parking where?
Ostrander. It's been there for years.
Oh,
right?
that-
Just because-
On
yeah.
Not on 58.
Oh,
No, Ostrander, right, you know where the second curb cut is?
yeah.
And that curb cut down.
Oh, you can
I have
park on the
on-street
street?
parking,
Yeah.
and believe it or not, before that as well, but nobody ever parked there because it's an accident waiting to
Yeah,
happen.
I'd say
And I
so.
really-
Yeah, well, I would think so.
Shouldn't be necessary because they have
Yeah.
abundance
There's
of parking for the
abundant
parking
parking,
lot.
yeah.
There'd be no reason to park on the side street.
Yeah, it's gotten referred to the highway department because it's a town road. Haven't heard back from Mike, but we can bring that up and maybe if he has a concern or not, whether there should be parking or not, but the town board would have to change it. Outdoor lighting looks mostly good. They do need to revise the color temperature of their bulbs. They're at 4,000 degrees Kelvin. They need to be 3,000. Dumpster location complies with the code. So the addition to this building is, it's metal and gray with a standing seam metal roof. It hasn't gone to the ARB. It'll go to the ARB on the 28th. That's the next meeting. So ahead of the public hearing, if it gets scheduled today, we should have comments from the ARB if they want any changes. Water District advised there's the building served via 1-inch service. It'll need an RPZ. In terms of the sewer district, this is not within the sewer district. All the parcels around it are. If you recall, there's a sewer easement now that goes across the front of this property to serve the shopping and medical center that's here. The applicant will have to do a map and plan. I have spoken to the sewer district superintendent. Doesn't really see an issue. They just have to work with
So
each
there's
one
a
to get that
sewer in
done.
front.
There's sewer in
There's sewer
front
there.
and then
They just have to access it.
access it, and then I believe there's actually pipe in Ostrander as well. So when the hospital came in for all their improvements,
Yeah.
I believe it loops around, not knowing exactly that, but they'll need to connect and petition to get within the sewer district, but that's
Is there any product use indoors?
not allowed to be.
Not allowed to be.
That's a state law.
Okay,
So if you sell, it has to be prepackaged, and you cannot consume on site if you're a dispensary.
okay.
And that's within our code as well. So the way the state works, you can either be an adult use dispensary an adult use on-site consumption lounge or an adult use dispensary. You cannot be both. So either you're buying product to consume on-site or you're selling, which everything has to be prepackaged. To my knowledge, there's not even a mechanism within the state law to get an on-site consumption lounge at this point in time. It seems like it's a difficult process, and the state really hasn't arrived on how to do that.
Okay.
Matt, what would be the hours of operation? Is there a standard?
It's limited in the code. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's different for weeknights and weekdays, but it's called out specifically. I just don't recall. I think on weekends, it's not past midnight, and I think weekdays, it's 10. But I can clarify. Town engineer, we did get revised comments. They're largely the same. He did call out the color temperature for the lights. The only thing that did come off, originally he had that this required a SWIP. That was based on the information that the applicant gave us. The level of disturbance is below 1 acre, so they won't need a SWIP. Fire marshal, official comments are pending, but I did review this with the chief fire marshal this afternoon. They're a little understaffed, they're down a fire marshal right now, but he looked, they have a fire marshal plan that shows conformance with the fire code. He meets with the fire district once a month to review site plans that are within the Riverhead Fire District, and that meeting's happening Tuesday. But he doesn't see anything offhand that, draws any attention to it. It's been referred to the planning commission, we're waiting comments, and it's also gone to DPW as discussed, and we're waiting comments from them as well. I have 2 resolutions prepared, one for neg deck, and a second to schedule a public hearing for the first meeting in June. Knowing that it's understood that we're waiting for more comments. We have a 3-week period between meetings instead of 2, and then we do not have a second meeting in June because of the Juneteenth holiday. Yeah, so we want to, the application's complete from staff's perspective, so I think it's important to continue to process it and let the public be heard.
Agreed.
What are the proposed hours of operation of this?
I honestly don't know.
Well, it's our understanding that the hours are, as Matt said, specific in the code. And
Yeah.
we'll go strictly by the code.
Yeah, I believe it can't be past 10, but I can clarify for the board. I'll send you the section. It calls it out based on what type of use is happening and the day of the week also.
Is there anything that can be considered like hazardous waste? Because I look there, you have a dumpster back there. I'm assuming it's for cartons and things
When
like
they come
that, but
When they come in for their building permit application, they have to submit a waste control plan. And they have an odor management control plan and a security plan. That's all part of the code that they have to meet before they get building permits.
but I mean, is there things that you dispose of that would be considered hazardous?
Not to my knowledge.
No?
What about cross easement?
Yeah. As mentioned before, we're going to ask for it in the back here to line up right in this area, so
With dumpsters?
Yeah, if we need to move the dumpster location, we could probably do that and shift some parking around. This way it'll connect and get to the light.
Have you spoken to the neighbor?
We have an easement up on the neighboring property,
Oh, okay.
and we're going to find out exactly
So we
where
know where
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah. It's on this property line, I just want to make sure it's in the right place. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll lose 1 or 2 parking spaces.
Yeah,
That it
we can,
matters.
yeah, we can move some stuff around. Any other questions?
Gentlemen?
Not at this time.
I know it's new for this board. It's not that new for the town. I guess it's a new use. We might get some extra, people coming out, but it's retail unpermitted.
We're going to move on to our next discussion item. You have 2 resolutions on. If you want to wait and hear them voted, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, I can give the hours of operation real quick. Sure.
Thanks, Ed.
So Monday through Thursday is 9 to 8 p.m., Friday, Saturday is 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday is 12 noon to 9 p.m.
Okay?
Thank you.
Clarify? Thanks, Eric. All right, moving on to item number 2, BJ's Gas Station with Marisa Danowski. What do you got, Marisa?
Hello, how are you guys?
Doing good.
This is one I'm happy to see up here. Been waiting for this for a while.
Hello, so for the record, Marisa Danowski, site plan reviewer. Today we, are talking about the planning department has, received and, reviewed a site plan application for the BJ's gas station, which is located at 841 Old Country Road, also known as Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-104-2-3.3. The site plan application is seeking approval to perform some minor site modifications. They include the removal and reconstruction of curbing, modify the paving markings, just to modify the traffic circulation patterns for that current existing gas station parcel. The site is currently 0.66 acres, so it's a pretty small parcel. And it's within the business center zoning use district. It's currently improved, and it's minor exterior maintenance to help the traffic circulation wise. Everything else wise, like the use is going to stay the same. So with that,
Who's everybody?
okay, so the proposed improvements include, if you're taking a look at the site plan, it shows on the southern entrance, thank you. They're looking to eliminate part of the landscaped area. It's to help the traffic pattern, just to get everybody, usually right now what the problem is that that's kind of like a chokehold point, so to speak, so the cars don't really know where to go. With that, they're proposing to remove that area so that it can help the functionality a little bit more and push the cars in to know that they can go towards the north area to use those gas pump stations. With that also, they are looking to eliminate the landscaped area, same on Ostrander's Avenue side, just more towards the north. Again, for the traffic purposes, they believe that will help also with drivers. And then also there are proposed traffic drums. They are both the north and south side of the property. The ones on the south side are to eliminate the confusion with the drivers, as some people decide they like when once they're done pumping their gas, they like to go out and try to turn around to go head south on Ostrander Avenue. With that, it is causing a lot of traffic congestion, so they're looking to eliminate that by making the point of egress either be the north or the west side. And then there's also the traffic jams that are on the north side of the property. They're looking to close that entrance from Route 58, again, due to the congestion with the traffic patterns, to help mitigate the
Marissa,
traffic.
can we just get everybody's names at the table, please?
Oh, sure. Christopher Kent from Farrell Fritz. I represent BJ's Wholesale Club.
Jeff Black, Site Development Manager with BJ's.
Chris Pisagno, R&M Engineering.
And that was pretty much it in regards.
There's no entrance off of 58.
Correct. We're going to propose the drums to close the entrance
Right.
off of 58, and we're going to bring everyone onto Ostrander to use this south entrance, so that now it's going to create a more free-flowing traffic circulation, so that you can only go one way into the station, you enter the pumps, and you leave that one way also. We're no longer going to create differing traffic circulation,
about
so
that
that people don't
north?
get jumbled.
But you'll still be able to exit the northern end of it.
Yeah, you'll still be able to exit up here, and you could exit up here.
So I just kind of want to jump in real quick. This was one of the first projects I worked on. It was like back in 2016 when I was a young whippersnapper. Obviously, what happens at the site, like Marissa said, that southern entrance on Ostrander becomes a choke point. That's where I get my gas. I see it all the time. People pull in, they sort of sit there with their mouth open and wait for the first two pumps when they're, the 6 pumps to the north are free. So the intention here is to, one, eliminate the conflicting traffic movements between people trying to exit through there, provide a wider opening to allow more room for people to enter the site without creating that choke point, and just sort of one direction traffic flow. Now, there will be a little learning curve that I think the public will need to sort of accept. I think this could be done, probably they can put some informational signage on the gas pumps. The thought is, if you're looking to head east on 58, you're gonna continue through the site, utilize that exit on 58, head eastbound onto 58. If you're looking to head westbound, you'll utilize the northern egress on Ostrander to hit the light and go left onto 58. The biggest change that will need to kind of be learned by the members using the gas station will be if you're looking to head southbound on Ostrander, you're gonna have to go out on exit 58. There is a kind of a driveway behind the Firestone parking lot. So you'll go out onto 58, make a right behind Firestone, and then you can exit out to Ostrander. Again, it'll take a little bit of learning curve, but I think once people get the hang of it, it will really free up that congestion that happens on Ostrander. We did also refer the application to the Highway Department. One of the recommendations from the Highway Superintendent was to install some striping on the northbound lane on Ostrander at the entrance to the BJ's gas station, kind of like a do not block the box. The thought is that, again, when that traffic is backed up northbound on Ostrander, leave that as a gap so that people heading southbound can enter the gas station and allow traffic to move freely.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Are they just gonna stripe it, or they're actually gonna make the box? Because the box works a little bit better sometimes than striping does.
I mean, it'll have to be painted. I mean, there's municipal, traffic control device standards for that striping, so that'll be striped to the accepted engineering standards. And we did also look at, I would recommend, and it's in Marisa's staff report, requiring a future cross-access. On that southeast leg of the property, there's the ability to facilitate. I would only recommend it being a one-way egress out to go behind the Firestone and back out to Ostrander. We wouldn't want people coming in that way, but doing a future cross-access. Obviously, we can't compel that neighboring property owner to the east to construct the cross-access at this point, but if they come in down the road for any type of site plan, we would capture that at that point, and then that would just eliminate people going on to 58 to come back into Ostrander.
What about on Ostrander Avenue going south? That seems to be where the line where people will have to actually queue up to get in.
Well, so the real choke point happens.
I've never.
So it's essentially by pulling this curb back, you free up this opening, and then especially by getting rid of the conflicting traffic movements and making it an entrance only,
So there'd
it's
be
even
more
more free. So now, instead of somebody coming in and being tight to the south curb line and going right to the first or second pump, it really gives them more of an incentive to move into the site, clear off of the roadway, feed the pumps higher up,
Gonna
and
put a
then
sign that says 6 pumps.
we could add it, and then by creating the paved don't block the box, it will stop vehicles back here. And then all these vehicles that are heading south on Ostrander have the freedom to come in instead of stacking up towards the light. So it's really gonna free up everything, open it up, and increase the traffic flow through
Especially
the
with
station.
this area being removed, it's gonna help the vehicles go up further north so that less people are on the road causing that traffic block or line.
It creates a little more queue area and space
Exactly.
to stack the cars.
So there'll be a lot more room for stacking.
Yeah, a
No
lot more
question
room for
about it.
stacking.
Yeah, that's,
And the ease of that curb angle now will help encourage people to go further
yeah.
north than the
And
first one.
they usually have an attendant or two that is
Yeah,
directing
helps
traffic.
circulation.
So I'm sure after a while, they can probably eliminate those people, but, when people get used to it,
Yeah.
as Matt pointed out, that's,
Yeah, it'll be a little bit of a learning curve, but everyone will
this has
get it.
been needed for some time. It's a mess over there sometimes.
There will be some directional signs added on site.
Yeah.
So I think we might want to also put one right there when you're entering, that something to the effect of use 2 lanes to wait for pump.
Yeah, we'll come up
That
with
way you'll
something.
come in and, we could probably propose some good directional signs that'll traffic circulating.
Quick question, Marissa. After you fill up, everything exits to the north, is that correct? No more to the south?
Correct. Yep, everybody would head, it would be north either onto 58, or you can head west.
Oh, and
You still would head north, but then you could head west
To
to
the
go out.
traffic circle?
Yes.
Right, because you have no more entrance off of 58?
Correct.
That's only right turn only then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Both of them are right turn only?
Yep.
And like Chris said, we can work on signage, it can be clear on that eastern property line when people are getting in their car to leave the pumps. It can be made clear, one way, pointing to the left. Again, may take a little learning curve, but I feel like addressing that choke point at the south end of the property will really, that's where the problem is.
Yeah, the signage I had as, in the staff report as one of the recommendations from the staff. It was including, it says signage throughout the property to help the drivers understand traffic patterns on the parcel. Specifically on the east side of the property, a sign indicating, exit to Ostrander through Firestone, so on this side, when they're leaving, so that they understand if they want to go to Ostrander, that they would have to exit onto 58 and go near, the Firestone building to come around. And then another one, notifying drivers to not block the entryway for, with the proper signage, so the same for right here. But also any other signage that would help with the problems of, and the new directional pattern that we're trying to create. Also, other recommendations were the directional pavement arrows pointing towards the south to be removed from the pavement areas to mitigate the confusion of drivers. Yep, so that they understand that that is now a only entrance, and that they cannot use that as a, exit. We also noted that the landscaped area near the, North Ostrander Avenue curb cut, so this one, we were recommending, to remove this area, maybe encouraged to,
Let's keep it.
yeah, to try to keep that, because the removal of this may encourage drivers to try to come in. So we were trying to maintain that area to let them know that that is a one-way, egress only, and to head back onto Route 58. The straight, box, which we've already talked about, in front of Ostrander Avenue, and just to show the 12-foot feature cross access on the property, to serve as egress only.
Have you thought about how this is going to impact deliveries as far as the tractor trailers coming in? Do they deliver during business hours or after hours?
They could deliver it at any time of the day. It's always a scheduled delivery, but it could be during the day.
So now they're going to have to come down Ostrander or up Ostrander to gain access to make a delivery. They won't be able to come in off of 58.
They'll probably get more.
I don't think
street
you
traffic.
can't, the traffic drums on the 58 entrance are there. It's likely that the vehicles are already coming in from the Ostrander entrance. But those traffic drums on the south side of the property, they're movable. So if they get a delivery, the parking attendant can move those. They can fill up on the east side of the property and head out to 58.
So you don't think it's...
I don't think that would affect the delivery schedule at all.
Is there space for the attendant?
Yeah, there's 3 parking stalls right down here.
And there's a kiosk in the middle.
Yeah, the kiosk is in here.
Anything else, guys?
I'm good.
Guys, good? Yep. All righty. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Moving right
Thanks,
along.
Marissa.
Item number 3, Pendleton's Harvest Moon LLC Farm Stand with Greg.
We just zoom out just a little bit, Justin?
Yeah.
It's good. Thank you. All right. Thank you. For the record, Greg Bergman, Senior Planner with the Riverhead Planning Department. So we've got a farm stand application seeking approval to operate a farm stand within an existing approximately 10-foot by 14.5-foot frame building. which is located on a parcel of land located at 5558 Sound Avenue, Riverhead, located in the RA80 zoning use district. The applicant intends to sell farm-raised meat and eggs out of the building. We did receive a property survey, a sketch plan showing the proposed layout of the farm stand, photos of structures on the property and other documentation supporting the proposed farm stand use. The property is located on the north side of Sound Avenue, approximately 800 feet west of the intersection of Pier and Sound Avenue. The property is presently improved with a two-story frame residence and several frame buildings, including a barn and a couple of sheds. The property is held in common ownership. The farm stand site is about 1.8 acres. It's owned in common ownership with approximately 21.2 acres of preserved farmland to the north. The two farm lots to the north have development rights sold to both Suffolk County and the town of Riverhead.
Hey, Greg, can we just get the applicant's
Yes.
name, please?
Hi, I'm Jocelyn Pendleton.
Thank you.
The farm stand property has full development rights intact and is not subject to any encumbrances. The applicant did go to the zoning board of appeals. There's a sort of a quirky, the way our code is worded, the farm stand is supposed to be upon the property upon which agricultural production is taking place. This was sort of a unique circumstance in that when the development rights were sold, they retained this as a building lot, so it was not strictly in conformance with the code. The applicant did get relief from the zoning board of appeals by resolution 2025-013. The zoning board gave that determination on April 24th. Essentially, they tied the farm stand use to the common ownership of the property and stated that if any time, if the property owner sells the farm, the farm lots or the house property, that the farm stand use will cease. Want to make sure that the farming is still taking place and is used to support the, essentially on-site farm operations. There is a small gravel, there's a U-shaped driveway on Sound Avenue. The eastern leg is paved asphalt. The western leg is a gravel and dirt driveway. There's an existing gravel parking area between the barns and the proposed farm stand. If you could just describe, the nature of the farm stand use, is it going to be like hours of operation? Is it going to be just kind of like you pick? What's the nature of the?
It should be pretty low impact. It's just where we have the storage for the meat and eggs. It's not really going to be anything where people are spending time shopping or,
You have to have
other-
refrigeration?
I'm sorry?
You have to have refrigeration for the
Yes.
meat?
Yes, the meat is frozen, so the freezers are in the frame building.
So that means you have to have electric, or maybe you have it already?
Yes, it's there
Have it.
already.
Do you raise the animals?
We do.
Is this the building here, the bottom one?
No.
The proposed farm stand is
One before?
figure 2 in this.
There's one or two of these look like, I don't know, they're gonna get a little TLC? Some
Yeah.
of the boards, yeah.
You said that the parking between the two farm buildings?
Yeah, so essentially this gravel driveway area, there's no real formal parking delineated, but again, based on, like Jocelyn said, this is not like a destination. It's not like, Bayview Market where it's a large farm stand where people are going and perusing, all the products. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, selling meat and eggs. I would envision,
There gonna be signs on the road?
Probably one eventually. Yeah.
Because it's far back, so
Yes.
people really have to look,
Right.
you need signs.
yeah, so you need a sign, but again, I would imagine it's something, like you said, kind of low intensity where people are coming up, buying some meat and eggs and
Oh, yeah.
leaving. There's not really like a shopping experience or a, significant destination. But in the event, I mean, if the farm stand or the farm operation sort of expand, there's plenty of area if they needed to expand and create additional parking, but, based on the little 10 by 14 shed for, frozen meat and some eggs, I don't really, right now at this point, picture the need to sort of expand any parking areas.
But the driveway is going to be directional, one way in, one the other way out, so cars aren't coming nose to nose? Like the east driveway in and the west driveway to exit, or?
I think we had, sort of anticipated use of the gravel driveway. We do because we own the farmland in conjunction with it. We do have, this is our roadway as well, which goes out to Sound Avenue. So that could be an option if this became,
So you're saying it
Easy?
could be a two-way street?
Um,
Two-way access?
Meaning the gravel driveway?
I mean, it's,
Because if that's the case, then, you know, in the worst-case scenario, you have two excursions, one going in and one going
Right.
out. There's not enough room for them to pass each other. So either you designate one road in and one road out, or widen the one road if you're gonna make that one just the
yes.
main way in and out.
Just put it- put
This
it-
is basically just a little dispensary building. I'm sure you have,
Yeah,
in one of your other buildings, you have a lot more. You can, as you sell, you go and replace, and it's open the door, come in and, you know,
Right.
take what you want and, okay.
and then head out.
Is it going to be staffed?
By me, when I'm not working. Yeah. We have no other employees, it's just the two of us and our kids, so I think, you know, when we're home, it'll be available for people to come in, maybe by appointment if necessary, and then when we're, you know, it's not gonna be open full-time. We don't anticipate at this point.
I assume you have clients already that use.
We do, we sell at the Riverhead Farmers Market and area markets around.
Are you allowed to butcher your own meat?
No.
Where do you have to go for that?
We go to a USDA facility in Massachusetts.
Oh, God.
I know.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's about an hour from the ferry, so.
What kind of meat do you sell?
We raise pasture-raised lamb. We do all of the breeding and the lambing. We do everything that we can there to, you know, produce local meat for the community, but we can't do the butchering
You have,
on Long
It's
Island.
ridiculous.
do you have to bring the animals to the
Yes,
live?
yes, yep.
That's something that Farm Bureau should be working on. Get a facility on Long Island.
So beyond that, I did refer it to the Ag Advisory Committee. I believe they're meeting this week to discuss it. I do have a resolution to approve it, subject to the Ag Advisory Committee's review. I just don't know if the board wants to address again, based on the sort of low-impact nature, how you'd want to handle traffic flow, if it should be designated, or
Can't you put a sign?
That's
over
gonna
it?
be low impact, whatever however they
Just
make
put
it
a little
work.
sign up.
Yeah, and
left.
Jocelyn, the way it looks on Figure 5, it's only a dirt road. I mean, to expand it a little bit isn't the
Right.
worst idea in the world. You know, that seems to be pretty simple, because the road cut is actually wide enough to handle something like that.
Yeah,
You know, because you certainly don't want to go all the way next to the house and
yes,
wrap around, you know,
the
so-
asphalt driveway is extremely close to
Right,
the house.
right.
All right. Gentlemen?
I'm good.
Guys?
Sounds good.
I think we're good. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And this one strangely has no staff member's name under it. Item number 4, National Grid Facility Upgrades.
yeah. Hi, it's me again. Can you zoom out a little bit, Justin? Thank you. Yep, nope. Thank you. All right, so the planning board has before it a site plan application seeking to perform improvements at an existing National Grid facility located at 8 Mill Road. It's, east side of Mill Road, just north of West Main Street. It's an existing National Grid facility. They have a special permit also pending with the town board. They are looking to demolish existing buildings on the site, construct a new access driveway on Mill Road, and create parking spaces for a total of 24 compressed natural gas trucks, as well as installing related natural gas distribution and collection equipment. They're going to demolish two major buildings on the site and a couple of other smaller little utility sheds. The purpose of this site is during the coldest days of the winter months, They will bring in natural gas from out of state. And essentially what this site is going to do is they supplement the existing natural gas system to ensure that customers in the area have natural gas. This site's only anticipated to be used, again, on the coldest days when it gets like below 20, where there's a real peak demand for natural gas. They will not be trucks there parked all the time.
Because it says there could be room for 24 trucks.
So again, during cold days, National Grid, there were issues several years ago. They were looking to get additional pipeline and additional capacity out to, Suffolk County. Obviously, just the politics of the natural gas business didn't allow that. There was a moratorium. So this is a sort of stopgap measure, again, during the peak periods. There will not be trucks parked there all the time. They will only be used during the peak
So they
periods.
were, and for deliveries to the site, there'll be a large truck, I guess?
Well, so there could be up to 24 trucks. It's not necessarily, we don't want to think of it in terms of deliveries. These are trucks that are brought in. They'll look at the weather forecast. If they see that it's going to drop below a certain temperature, they will bring trucks, I believe they said, from Pennsylvania. They're sort of staged temporarily, and it's just used to supplement the system on those cold days. So it's not a delivery, so to speak. It's really like temporary on demand to supplement.
So it's not a transfer station. They're not transferring natural gas from in the ground into the trucks and then bringing it to where they have to go.
No, these trucks come full gas, supplement, they basically inject additional supply into the existing National Grid supply system.
And they'll go out and wherever it's needed, then they'll augment
Yeah,
the
it's just,
system.
once it's in the system, it's in the system. But again, this is just used to, when there's demand, they want to make sure that their customers have heat, cook, can heat their homes, have hot water.
Sure.
The town board did review this. We spoke about it at the work session last week. They did issue, for the special permit, they issued a negative declaration. There's no significant negative environmental impacts anticipated. We do have a public hearing for the town board special permit scheduled for May 21st. There's a couple issues that I brought up with the town board. The southern end of this property, the southern 30 feet, there's actually a right-of-way which serves as access to the eastern property here, which is a landlocked parcel. I did make the recommendation that we should explore relocating that right-of-way. I had sort of envisioned it maybe tying into their existing driveway, just because if you look at figure 2 in the staff report, the location of that right-of-way, it's kind of like right in the middle of the Mill Road, West Main Street intersection. It's sort of not controlled by any of the signals or any of the traffic control devices at that intersection. At this time, National Grid can't facilitate that. They have existing infrastructure and regulatory equipment that's located in their front yard. But they did say that within the next several years, they're going to be coming in to upgrade this facility. I guess this facility is from like the 40s or the 50s. A lot of old antiquated equipment. So while it's not a feasible request for them to entertain at this time, they did leave the option open that we can revisit that down the road. Again, that would only really come into play if at any time this property to the east is developed. I could just see that being sort of a...
That's your figure 2?
Figure 2, yeah, that red box on figure 2 is the location of the right-of-way. So you can see their existing driveway and how that right-of-way is directly, adjacent to it. Again, if there was ever any type of development, that property behind it is zoned light industrial, so there could be some type of use there. Again, I could just picture that being a little bit tricky with the traffic. So National Grid did say that they can revisit that at a later date, but due to the existing regulatory equipment up there, it's not really feasible.
So Greg, that right-of-way is actually owned by National Grid?
So that right-of-way is on the National Grid property.
I saw that.
And it serves it's in the title report, it's to the benefit of the lands to the east. Beyond that, pretty straightforward with the site plan. They do propose exterior lighting. Right now, it does not comply. They're showing 20-foot mounting height and 5,000 degree Kelvin. They do need to revise that. I did speak with them. They have no problems addressing the lighting. We spoke with the fire marshal, referred the plans to the fire marshal. They just had comments regarding there's an existing access card controlled gate. Fire marshal just needs basically access to that in the event of an emergency. There is an existing hydrant on Mill Road. Right now, they're going to relocate that fire hydrant because right now it's right in the middle of their proposed driveway. They're talking to the Riverhead Water District. They're likely just going to move it just north of that existing driveway. It is a town fire hydrant, so the water district will have to perform that work. It will remain a town water hydrant. Highway Department Superintendent reviewed the plans. He actually just repaved Mill Road, so he's looking for, and the road opening permit, repaving curb to curb on Mill Road in that section in connection with any highway work permits. The application does not require review of the Planning Commission, and although it is located in the New York State DEC Wild Scenic Recreational Rivers area, there is no permit required for this proposed improvements. Pursuant to 6 NYCRR Part 666.13 H1 and 2, essentially dealing with utilities and utility providers within the Wild Scenic Recreational Rivers area.
Any electric power or anything like that on the site?
They do have electric and there is water to the site.
Yeah.
There is an easement. It's approximately 5,000 square feet here. So this property was owned by the Long Island Lighting Company. I believe National Grid, they were essentially the same company at some point, and then they split. So there is a 5,000 square foot easement that would allow LIPA to install, I believe it's utility transmission for the maintenance and operation of an electric transmission and distribution substation and related facilities, along with rights of ingress and egress.
I was just, because I was looking at a couple of these buildings, and one of them, they look pretty much like shacks, but the one building on Figure 4 looks like it might there might be a problem in demolition.
Oh, they're aware of that. I mean, they're going to need, if there's any, again, these buildings are probably from the 40s or 50s, so any type of asbestos abatement will be reviewed. They'll have licensed professional design and abatement plan. There is water to one of the existing buildings. There likely is an existing septic system. I did note that they're going to have to abandon that in accordance with Suffolk County Department of Health Services. They'll need approval for that. But yeah, there's definitely electric and there's definitely water on the site.
Is there going to be any kind of landscaping done, like to dress it up a little bit or make it so the
So
visibility?
there's
from
no
the street?
landscaping, again, because they've got regulatory equipment. There's pipes and all sorts of stuff in this area. I mean, it's the site's pretty set back when you drive past it. It's kind of tough to notice. Most of the yard is obscured. I think it's Nine Brothers Building Supplies
Right,
located
sure.
right there. So I mean, there's really not much to screen there.
No, and they maintain it.
Yeah, I mean, I could, like, if we wanted them to throw up a couple of trees here, I don't think they'd have an issue as long as it doesn't interfere with any of their regulatory
ground.
equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So if we had 24 trucks, how many gallons of compressed gas might we have? How many gallons in each one of those trucks? I'm thinking, what was the fire department's comment?
So the fire departments, they were doing this type of, they had much smaller scale infrastructure here that was temporarily used. This goes back several years. One of the prior fire marshals was aware of it. They had consulted with the fire district and the fire department. They didn't seem to have any concern of that. Again, I don't know again, assuming there was a full 24 trucks there, I can get that information, but again, the fire marshal's comments, while there is, again, and because it's not a compressed natural gas storage facility, he didn't really seem to have much of an issue with, the temporary nature of it. And again, the fire department is aware of it.
So is there going to be some sort of emergency, on site if there were a problem?
So these sites are monitored by National Grid.
Yeah.
And there will be, like I said, in the event of an emergency, the fire department will need access codes or, to be provided access to that.
I think they said something about a combination key.
Yeah, so there's a number, they can either program codes in that are specific to ambulance, police department, fire department. They can provide a Knox box that would give them access. Emergency access for the fire department can be achieved in a number of ways.
space.
And the site actually has a gate across it, right?
Correct, yeah, I mean, right now, it's obviously only accessible to National Grid employees, they have an RFID card. But again, there could be a keypad with pre-programmed codes for, any type of first responder or emergency access.
So I'm assuming there's gonna be a pipe and there's gonna be 24 connections, so if we back one of the trucks in, we hook up, we empty, and we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, again, strictly the temporary nature of the business.
Yeah.
They've stated that they've only anticipated this thing to be used, maybe a handful of times during the winter.
I thought I saw in here where they were going to, there's two buildings that they're tearing down,
That is correct.
but I thought there was something in here about doing something to another building. Did I?
So forgive, these are the redacted plans for the public. There are energy and infrastructure requirements of federal regulations that they don't want to show critical energy infrastructure, but there's one building on this plan which is identified as the compressor building,
Right.
and this building, which is the office building. Those two buildings are going to come down. There's an existing, it's basically like a steel utility shed. That building is shown in figure 6. So those are going to be removed. Site will be regraded, put down some crushed stone.
Okay. I must have mixed it up with something.
So, right now, no action needed by the board on this application. The applicant does have, like I said, a public hearing scheduled before the town board for the special permit. That'll happen next week. Upon approval of the special permit by the town board, this board could grant an administrative approval. I mean, again, there's not really much to it, so.
Will they need to provide a hot box for the cross connection control?
You mean in
Or
RPZ?
the water service, yeah.
RPZ? I will inquire that question with the water district. I'm not sure if that's gonna come up during the health department review of the abandonment of the existing septic. If they need a hot box,
Usually commercial applications require it.
I will inquire and get more information on that from the water district.
Okay.
Everybody good?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right, thank you, good job, Greg. Let's move right into resolutions.
I'll move resolution
No,
2020.
we gotta get comments, anybody on resolution?
Oh, I'm sorry, thanks, Joe. Public comments on any resolution?
Don't all get up at once.
Okay, now we're gonna call for resolutions.
Okay.
Okay, I'll move resolution 2025-043, Dries Spicio Manufacturers Outlet Center, granting final site plan approval. So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, Mr. Zilnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
Yes,
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
I'll move resolution number 2025-044, grants farmland approval for Pendleton Harvest Moon LLC Farms.
Second?
Moved and seconded, Mr. Zilnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
Yes,
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
I move resolution number 2025-045, Akira House of Worship, also known as Cox Place of Worship, resolution granting preliminary site plan approval for the site plan application seeking to convert an existing single-family dwelling into a place of worship. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, Mr. Zilnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
yes,
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
Resolution 2025-046, 840 Old Country Road, resolution clarifying an action as unlisted and issues a negative declaration pursuant to secret.
Second.
Moved in second, Mr. Zilnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
yes,
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
I'll move resolution 2025-047 to schedule a public hearing for 840 Old Country Road. So moved.
Second.
Second motion, what's the date of that public hearing? Okay, June 5th, public hearing. Moved and seconded, Mr. Zilnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
no,
And I vote aye, the motion carries 4-1.
I move resolution number 2025-048, 1107 Old Country Road, resolution granting final site plan approval for a site plan application entitled 1107 Old Country Road.
Second.
Moved in second, Mr. Zanicki.
Yes.
Mr. Hogan.
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro.
Aye.
Mr. Bear.
Yes,
And I vote aye, the motion carries. Public comments on all matters.
I'll move the minutes of April 17, 2025. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
nay, no, nay, I never got it.
Okay, so you're
Nay.
negative? Okay, so all in favor, aye. Four. All against?
No, just me.
Okay, so 4-1 on the minutes. Seeker, anything, Greg? Nothing. Other business, staff?
Nope.
You guys had it easy this week. No correspondence? Our next meeting date is Thursday, June 5th, 2025, at 6 PM. Thank you all for coming. We have a motion to adjourn.
No move.
Second.
Moving to second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed? This meeting is closed.